Welcome to the show. Chris Cooley, a big player each and every week, catching passes. Now, what we're going to do with our offensive segment this week, we're doing something different. Without you, the fans, we would be nothing. But we do have one particular individual on this show that has a great idea about how we should do this segment. With no more being said, let's go to the pass catcher, the one and only, Gary Clark. Explain to us, what are you doing?
Besides Santana and Cooley, as I said last week, we're introducing people who actually understand the game. Not Donna, not Mike, because as we all know, they know nothing whatsoever about football, as their picks tell you every week. I'm introducing our fan segments with individuals who truly know the game of football.
You said that very nice, but why you throw Donna and Mike up under the bus? You've been lucky with your
some
picks.
People just belong under the bus.
Introduce the individual you brought here. I want to see these individuals may know more than you.
Nobody knows more than me, except with the exception of maybe Wynn Sheridan to my right. Okay, we have Rachel Schaefer to your right, and we have Yvonne Eka to her right. We're just always right here.
All right. Well, you guys been watching the game. You watched the game last week. We know the Washington Redskins are struggling somewhat. So, Avon, what do you think this team should do in the game coming up against the Panthers? What can they do different?
Well, what they need to do is they need to make sure that they establish an offensive identity. The defense has been pretty decent thus far, but offensively, we don't know what they're doing. Are they a run team? Are they a pass team? Are they special team? You even know with special teams what they're doing. We don't know what they're doing on offense, and that's what the biggest problem is.
Offensively, Gary always say, throw the ball, throw the ball. Okay, last Sunday ran well. Win. Give me a thought process on that. Do you run more?
Yeah, I think you got Clinton Portis. He's one of the best in the league, traditionally, and I think you need to get him going. I think he had a good second half last week, but I think the key on the offense is you got Santana Moss, you got Cooley. You got those guys.
I see you've been prepped. I see you've been prepped.
I'm just trying to help out. But I think the key to the offense, and I'm serious about this, Malcolm Kelly, Devin Thomas, one of those two guys has to emerge as another weapon.
Now, truly, I waited till the last for this young lady, but I was not being mean. But I want you to know confidentially, she is a Philadelphia fan. But Rachel, let's talk about these Washington Redskins. Each and every week they're mad at the quarterback. They say Jason's not doing well. In the last couple of weeks, he's thrown for over 600 yards. Do you think the young man is improving? I know he had 3 interceptions last week, but 600 yards in 2 weeks.
I do. I do think he's improving. I think that the offense needs to pull their chemistry together a little bit. I just don't think they're clicking.
Everybody's wondering about the offensive line, Gary. Tell me about it. What do you think they're doing? Did they finally maybe get the young guys playing well?
I think they are playing better. They're playing better, and the most important thing, though, is you have to establish the passing game so it'll be easier for Clinton to run. It's just that simple. You keep throwing the ball to Cooley and Santana. You utilize your weapons on offense who move the ball for you, and you score points, and that's what they're going to have to start doing.
Now, you want to ask these individuals, who do they think the MVP of this team would be?
Let's see, Yvonne, who do you think is going to be the
Well, I know we're doing an offensive segment, but my MVP would be on the defensive side.
Hello.
I have two, actually. I haven't decided between two guys. I have D'Angelo Hull, because he's been doing rather well this year. So far, he has about 3 picks in the last 4 games. The other person who normally gets overlooked, not because of his height, but for some reason I have no idea why, but it's London Fletcher.
Exactly.
He has about 52 tackles so far in only 4 games, 52 tackles. About 13 tackles per game, which means he has his hands in everything.
I asked you.
You prepped.
No question, man. 4 o'clock every Monday. Now, Win?
Well, I think who you need the MVP. I agree with Abong. I mean, London Fletcher has been fantastic. I think this is the year he gets his Pro Bowl bid. He deserves it if he keeps playing this way. I think he wants it. He's going to get it, and he deserves it. But I think who you need to be the MVP is Jason Campbell. So he has to continue progressing, and if he does, as he goes, the Redskins will go.
Rachel?
I agree. I think that Jason Campbell should be the MVP.
Jason Campbell. Let's look at the skinny, what we think this offense should do next week, this week that's coming up. And once you take a look at that, I look at your MVPs, but when you take a look at our skinny, it's things that they need to do. Run the Panthers tackles. You got to run them. You got to run them. Kelly and Thomas, those two names, 2 second-round draft choices that really haven't given what we need. 2 passing TDs, now that's a large order right there. And keep the swagger. I don't know if they have such of a swagger. I like your MVP is Fletcher. Like your MVP. I like Campbell. But I think overall, this team, one thing we said in the beginning, they must find their identity. That may be the MVP of the team, is finding their identity. What do you think, Gary?
Cooley or Santana?
There you go.
Don't you think they're going to key up on those guys' defenses?
But this is the key. When they are going to key up on you. But that means you're a very good player when they're keying up on you, but it also means you have to perform when they do. Santana can take double coverage, as so it's Cooley, because they're already getting double. The key is to make sure you get your best players involved in the game so your offense can flow. It's like Chicago and Jordan. You get Jordan the ball, you don't give it to Pippen all the time, you give it to Jordan.
But you need Pippen to step up so that Jordan can break free. You need Malcolm Kelly, Devin Thomas. That was a great stat.
Exactly.
You need them to step up.
You need them to step up.
And they haven't yet,
But
right?
part of Pippen for the Redskins would be the offensive line. And if you notice in the game against Tampa Bay, Campbell was running for his life. Majority of the plays behind center, he was running for his life. As a result of a weak offensive line, you don't have Clinton Portis being able to run. There are no holes. He can barely pass because he's always under duress. And so I think that needs to be shored up in some way, shape, or form.
That's a very good point, Avon. I tell you what are you doing on Monday afternoons? Keep that open. Gary Clark, watch your back. We're going to have all these guys back. You all did a win. Rachel, you guys did a great job. We'll get you back. Donna, you watch your back too. JB, take us out.
We'll be right back with more on the McGee, yeah, pro football.